See, I am sending my messenger, and he shall prepare the way before me. Then suddenly the master you are seeking comes to his call, even the messenger of the covenant, in whom you delight. See, he is coming, said Yahuwah of hosts. And who is able to bear the day of his coming? And who is able to stand when he appears? For he is like the fire of a refiner, and like the soap of a launderer. And he shall sit as a refiner and a cleanser of silver. And he shall cleanse the sons of Levi, and refine them as gold and silver, and they shall belong to Yahuwah, bringing near an offering in righteousness. Then shall the offering of Yehuda and Jerusalem be pleasant to Yahuwah, as in the days of old, as in former years. And I shall draw near to you for right ruling, and I shall be a swift witness against the practicers of witchcraft, and against adulterers, and against them that swear to falsehood, and against those who oppress the wage earner in his wages, and widows and the fatherless, and those who turn away a sojourner and do not fear me, said Yahuwah of hosts. For I am Yahuwah, I shall not change, and you, O son of Jacob, shall not come to an end. From the days of your fathers, you have turned aside from my laws and did not guard them. Turn back to me, and I shall turn back to you, said Yahuwah of hosts. But you said, in what shall we turn back? Would a man rob the Most High? Yet you are robbing me. But you said, in what have we robbed you? In the tithe and the offering. You have cursed me with a curse, for you are robbing me, this nation, all of it. Bring all the tithes into the storehouse, and let there be food in my house. And please prove me in this, said Yahuwah of hosts, whether I do not open for you the windows of the heavens, and shall pour out for you boundless blessing. And I shall rebuke the devourer for you, so that it does not destroy the fruit of your ground, nor does the vine fail to bear for you in the field, said Yahuwah of hosts. And all nations shall call you blessed, for you shall be a land of delight, said Yahuwah of hosts. Your words have been strong against me, said Yahuwah, but you have said, what have we spoken against you? You have said, it is worthless to serve the Most High. And what did we gain when we guarded his charge and when we walked as mourners before Yahuwah of hosts? And now we are calling the proud blessed. Not only are the doers of wrongness built up, but they also try the Most High and escape. Then shall those who fear Yahuwah speak to one another, and Yahuwah listens and hears, and a book of remembrance be written before him of those who fear Yahuwah and those who think upon his name. And they shall be mine, said Yahuwah of hosts, on the day that I prepare a treasured possession. And I shall spare them as a man spares his own son who serves him. Then you shall again see the difference between the righteous and the wrong, between one who serves the Most High and one who does not serve him. For look, the day shall come burning like a furnace, and all the proud and every wrongdoer shall be stubble. And the day that shall come shall burn them up, said Yahuwah of hosts, which leaves to them neither root nor branch. But to you who fear my name, the Son of Righteousness shall arise with healing in his wings. And you shall go out and leap for joy like calves from the stall. And you shall trample the wrongdoers, for they shall be ashes under the soles of your feet on the day that I do this, said Yahuwah of hosts. Remember the Torah of Moshe, my servant, which I commanded him in Horeb for all Yasharal, laws and right rulings. See, I am sending you Elijah the prophet before the coming and the great and awesome day of Yahuwah. And he shall turn back the hearts of the fathers to the children, and the hearts of the children to their fathers, lest I come and strike the earth with utter destruction. Hear my words, O my people, prepare for battle, and in the midst of the calamities be like strangers on the earth. Let him that sells be like one who will flee. Let him that buys be like one who will lose. Let him that does business be like one who will not make a profit. And let him that builds a house be like one who will not live in it. Let him that sows be like one who will not reap. So also him that prunes the vines, like one who will not gather the grapes. Them that marry be like those who will not have who will have no children, and them that do not marry like those who are widowed, because those who labor in vain. For strangers shall gather their fruits, and plunder their goods, and overthrow their houses, and take their children captive, for in captivity and famine they will beget their children. Those who conduct business do it only to be plundered. The more they adorn their cities, their houses and their possessions and their persons, the more angry I will be with them for their sins, says Yahuwah. Just as a respectable and virtuous woman abhors a harlot, so righteousness shall abhor iniquity, when she decks herself out, and shall accuse her to her face. When he comes, who will defend him who searches out every sin on earth? Therefore do not be like her or her works, for behold, just a little while, and iniquity will be removed from the earth, and righteousness will reign over us. Let no sinner say that he has not sinned, for the Most High will burn coals of fire on the head of him who says, I have not sinned before the Most High and his glory. Behold, Yahuwah knows all the works of men, their imaginations and their thoughts and their hearts. He said, let the earth be made, and it was made. Let the heaven be made, and it was made. At his word the stars were fixed, and he knows the number of the stars. It is he who searches the deep and its treasuries, who has measured the sea and its contents, who has enclosed the sea in the midst of the waters, and by his word has suspended the earth over the water, who has spread out the heaven like an ark, and founded it upon the waters, who has put springs of water in the deserts, and pools on the tops of the mountains, to send rivers from the heights of the water to water the earth, who formed man and put a heart in the midst of his body, and gave him breath and life and understanding, and the spirit of the Almighty Most High, who made all things and searches out hidden things in hidden places. Surely he knows your imaginations and what you think in your hearts. Woe to those who sin and want to hide their sins, because Yahuwah will strictly examine all their works and will make a public spectacle of all of you. And when your sin comes out before men, you shall be put to shame, and your own iniquities shall stand as your accusers in that day. What will you do? Or how will you hide your sins before the Most High and his angels? Behold, the Most High is the judge. Fear him. Cease from your sins and forget your iniquities, never to commit them again. So the Most High will lead you forth and deliver you from all tribulation. For behold, the burning wrath of a great multitude is kindled over you, and they shall carry off some of you and shall feed you what is sacrificed to idols. And those who consent to eat shall be held in derision and contempt and be trodden under foot. For in many places and in neighboring cities there shall be a great insurrection against those who fear Yahuwah. They shall be like madmen, sparing no one, but plundering and destroying those who continue to fear Yahuwah. For they shall destroy and plunder their goods and drive them out of their houses. Then the tested quality of my elect shall be manifest as gold that is tested by fire. I know last night I'm sure the last few videos I've pissed plenty off, and I've went above and beyond in ruffling feathers and twisting panties, I'm sure. And therein lies the problem with this world. Tickling of the ear and gentle speech by liars and deceivers who are manipulating people and walking them to their grave is considered love. But in reality, no ifs, ands, or buts about it, it's hatred, it's murder. And those who desire it, it's suicide. Speech that's the truth, and it is intended to walk you back from the side of the bridge, from the cliff, intended to convince you to put the gun down and don't take your life. Coming from someone who loses sleep at night for you. In reality, that's what love is. And the world sees it today as hate, as bitterness, or resentment. Reality has been turned upside down onto its head. I've been talking about how I've, the Most High has been showing us what we got to do. And I've kind of told you a little bit about what I had to do. And I know now that right here in like verses 70 through 73, that's the reason I was able to do this. What I was talking about last night about leaving breadcrumbs and everyone using me and doing me the way they have, to the point to where I don't trust anyone no more. Here 2 years ago, I couldn't have achieved what I have because I couldn't have walked away. I was still sucking at the teat, trying to kiss these people's ass who wouldn't wipe theirs with my face. I had to get to a point to where when I walked away, my thoughts were, well, I'm not really losing anything. They're not losing anything. I had to run to the only one who shown me love, who actually cared about me. Who picked up those breadcrumbs, who knows what my favorite color is. And he listens to the things I say. I listen to the things he says. How much word have I shown you that tells you what you got to do? Right back here. And I mean, this whole book is telling you this. If we just go back here to chapter 13, right here. And Zion, right here. And Zion will come and be made manifest to all people, prepared and built, as you saw the mountain carved out without hands. And he, my son, will reprove the assembled nations for their ungodliness, and will reproach them to their face with their evil thoughts and the torments with which they are to be tortured, and will destroy them without effort by the law. And as for you, you're seeing him gather to himself another multitude that was peaceable. These are the 10 tribes which were led away from their own land into captivity in the days of Josiah. Now, right here, verse 48. But those who are left of your people, who are found within my holy borders, shall be saved. Period. Period. In this time. And that's all explained in here. That's all explained in Enoch that we read last night. That's explained throughout the whole entirety of the scriptures. But that's why we just read back there in chapter 16 and all over. It says, or in Malachi, it says, who will be able to withstand the Son when he appears? The Word. This Word that's been hidden, that we've been seeing that it was hidden, that tells us what we got to do. It said that it would appear in the end, and that all who see it, most people will not be able to stand. Just as cut and dry as what we just read about those who are found in the borders shall be saved, just as cut and dry as that is, so is verse 8 of chapter 6 here, when it says, he said to me, from Abraham to Isaac because from him were born Jacob and Esau. For Jacob's hand held Esau's heel from the beginning. For Esau is the end of this age, and Jacob is the beginning of the age that follows. For the beginning of a man is his hand, and the end of a man is his heel. Between the heel and the hand, seek for nothing else, Ezra. Why would Esau be the end of this age, and Jacob be the beginning? Why did the Most High hate Esau? Most of you know. But for those of you who don't know, Esau traded his inheritance, which was his land, for a bowl of oatmeal. I can understand completely why the Most High would be outraged over that. That's why it says right here that Esau is the end. Because all you have to do is choose your inheritance. I know that, like I said in the beginning, most people got pissed, I know. And my intentions are to love you. So I've been saying I'm going to love you to the end. I'm not going to stop. And that means that I'm not going to tickle nothing. I'm not going to soften this message for you. In here, in one of these chapters, it says, it gives us the timeline completely. It says, and I'm not going to go through it right now to look for it, but it says, when you start seeing your home being manifest and the Messiah, when that starts happening, around 7 years, it will, the end of it, that period will last for around 7 years. It says a week of days, around 7 days, it will end. Just like he's been showing us this whole time, which would end in 2024. And what do we got, about 20 some days left before 2024 gets here? And what we've learned about Passover and everything, you guys, I'm not going to ask you to come anymore. You all done seen what you got to do. I mean, I've shown you everything. I've shown you this whole book of 2nd Ezra says it, all of Enoch, all of the prophets, all of Revelations. That's what Revelations is about. That's what the word Revelations means. Hazon means the location of the house. The revelation of the location of the house. And the only reason that y'all won't agree with that is because your house means more to you than the house. The house don't mean anything to you. Just like Esau, you would give it up for a bowl of slop. Yeah. And I've shown you everything. The 29th chapter of Acts. Everything we've seen, I've shown you. That's telling you what you got to do. And ain't nobody showed me one thing as to how that's not the case. And I've unloaded on that whole idea right here. And the reason everyone's feathers gets ruffled is because they don't want to believe it, and therein lies the whole of your problem. You don't believe. You don't believe in the Most High. You just want people to think you do. Because if you did, you would revere Him and His name and His word, His Son. You would be on your face, giving all praise, all honor, all glory, and all esteem. You wouldn't be standing in the river going against the current of His word, bucking like a bucking bronco. His opinion, the way He feels about what you're doing would matter most, not your pastor or your friends or your Facebook, all this pathetic nonsense. Everybody that's convincing you to commit suicide, you wouldn't be worried about what they think. You'd be worried about what He thinks. So you're trying to swim upstream. You're gonna drown. It's almost over. Guess what else is certain? You won't be able to say that I haven't warned you. You'll be able to say that you chose to listen to those who had their hands in your pockets, had their finger on the trigger to the gun that's pointed to your head. You've chose and preferred to listen to their mouth over someone who truly loves you because you don't like the way I say things or how my voice sounds, or my family. I'm sure they've said plenty of times that I sound just like my father, and that's why it just irritates them when they hear my voice. Yep. Damn right, I do sound just like my father. And I went home to him too. So you ain't got to worry about it anymore. None of yous that have a problem with this and what I say, you ain't got to worry about it anymore. You can go on and watch your Joel Osteens and have your ears tickled pink. But from now on, anytime you come here, bring an ice pack. I'm going to love you to the end, regardless of what you say or what anyone else says.